Allô tout le monde, bienvenue sur YouTube. Si vous arrivez de là, tiens, LDJ, l'autre qui start. Ouais, je voulais juste mettre les choses au clair pour tout le monde. Je viens juste de commencer à enregistrer pour YouTube. Euh, Mon ami Jason, vous allez probablement le voir dans le chat, Johnny34, il m'a dit, hey Luc, il dit, j'ai une game pour toi, il faut absolument que tu joues. C'est de Stanley Parable ou Parably, whatever comment tu l'appelles, je le sais pas. Mais il m'a dit, tu vas capoter, tu vas aimer ça au bout, puis il a fait comme, well, that's it. Je joue à ce jeu-là. Fait comme, ok. Fait que j'étais parti par chez nous, par chez mes parents pour la fin de semaine, puis là, je viens juste d'arriver à la maison, puis la première chose que j'ai faite, that's you. La première chose que j'ai faite, c'était m'écraser devant l'ordinateur, downloader de Stanley Parable, encore une fois, je sais pas comment tu le dis. Puis je me lance à le jouer, fait que je viens juste d'ouvrir le jeu, j'ai même pas fait de lecture à rien, il m'a juste dit ça va te mêler. So I guess que ça va me mêler. So ça va nous mêler toute la gang ensemble. Please choose a screen in subtitle language. J'assume que c'est English. J'aurais pu mettre no subtitles. Have you played the Stanley Parable before? No. Please adjust the slider until the computer is barely visible. Là, je sais pas si vous autres vous voyez ça de service, mais moi je le vois encore, je le vois encore, je le vois encore, je le vois encore. Ouais, ça commence à venir ça. Tiens, Game Boy, c'est assez une bonne game. Ah, nice, vous m'encouragez, j'ai hâte de voir ça. Confirm. Ok. Please enter the What? Ok, so si jamais que vous suivez ça sur YouTube, c'est peut-être pas à bonne heure, mais moi ici, il est 8h27 PM. On va mettre ça à 8h28, rien que parce que on va l'agrandir. Ok. No, accessibility settings can be accessed from the main menu. Right. Ok. You're playing the Stanley Parably Ultra Deluxe. Pouvez-vous confirmer dans le chat si jamais que c'est trop fort? Je veux pas que ça soit désagréable si que je le record. Là. Puis voyez-vous bien aussi? C'est peut-être une autre question que j'aurais dû demander. Petite gorgée de lait au chocolat. It's good. Parfait. Begin the game. Je te fais confiance, Jason, là. Je suis mieux d'aimer ça. Ever the end is never the... Ok.
This
Take
is a
the...
story of a man named Stanley. Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk,
Fait penser
telling
un petit
him
peu
what
à
buttons to
Severance.
push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what Employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy.
Or was he?
And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened, this complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
Okay, got up of his desk and stepped out of his office, okay.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Okay, la meeting room. Okay, la meeting... C'est par ici, les portes sont ouvertes. Meeting room, meeting room, meeting room. Il y a rien là. Qu'est-ce qui se passe? He became Christian, oui.
When Stanley came to a set of two open doors, he entered the door on his left.
He entered the door on his left. J'ai rentré dans la porte de gauche. Là, Jason, c'est ça que tu me disais, là? Qu'à un moment donné, je peux comme le contredire, lui, là? Pourquoi je rentrais dans la porte de gauche, là? Qu'est-ce qui se passe? Comme, je peux-tu juste... T'as mon tabouère? Oui, t'as mon tabouère. Je suis-tu juste quoi ce qu'il me demande? Ou que je fais le camp? Je vais le suivre, quoi, s'il me dit. Je sais pas si j'ai le droit de...
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Boss's office, ok. Puis ton instant, ok. How to solve a dispute with a coworker. Let it ball up inside, ok. Faut suivre l'histoire, ben sais-tu, je sais pas. Tu sais, pourquoi s'il y aurait eu une deuxième porte ouverte, qu'est-ce qui arrive? Comme là, j'ai rentré, la porte s'est formée derrière moi, qu'est-ce qui aurait arrivé si j'avais passé dans l'autre porte? Là, le narrateur aurait fait comme, oh, wow, 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 un petit peu comme je disais tantôt, là, dans, à Jason, là, comme Gladys dans Portal, là, qu'elle dit, hey, t'es pas supposé d'être là, mon chum! Ok, là, je peux plus revenir, ouais. Allô, Luc! Allô, Marissa! What if, oui.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
What about que je descends? Oh. En parlant de ça, on joue à la 2 live. À la 2? Quelle 2? Hey, what if... Oh. J'ai-tu? Hey, là, je sais plus, man, ça me stresse, là. Comme je dirais en bas pis tout, mais la lettre rouge, on dirait qu'elle est en train de me dire non, 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 va pas par là, boys. J'ai hâte de voir mes réactions, sure. T'es supposé d'être creepy?
But Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss. Admitting he had left his post during work hours, he might be fired for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished? His boss would think he was crazy. And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. All of my co-workers blinking mysteriously out of existence in a single moment for no reason at all? None of it made any logical sense. And as Stanley pondered this, he began to make other strange observations. For example, why couldn't he see his feet when he looked down? Why did doors close automatically behind him wherever he went? And for that matter, these rooms were starting to look pretty familiar. Were they simply repeating? No, Stanley said to himself, this is all too strange. This can't be real. And at last, he came to the conclusion that had been on the tip of his tongue. He just hadn't found the words for it. I'm dreaming, he yelled. This is all a dream. Oh, what a relief Stanley felt to have finally found an answer, an explanation. His co-workers weren't actually gone. He wasn't going to lose his job. He wasn't crazy after all.
I'm dreaming.
And he thought to himself, I suppose I'll wake up soon. I'll have to go back to my boring real-life job pushing buttons. I may as well enjoy this while I'm still lucid. So, he imagined himself flying and began to gently float above the ground.
Whoa, whoa, whoa,
Then
whoa!
he imagined himself soaring through space on a magical starfield, and it too appeared. It was so much fun, and Stanley marveled that he had still not woken up. How was he remaining so lucid? And then perhaps the strangest question of them all entered Stanley's head. One he was amazed he hadn't asked himself sooner. Why is there a voice in my head dictating everything that I'm doing and thinking? Now the voice was describing itself being considered by Stanley, who found it particularly strange. I'm dreaming about a voice describing me, thinking about how it's describing my thoughts, he thought. And while he thought it all very odd and wondered if this voice spoke to all people in their dreams, the truth was that, of course, this was not a dream. How could it be? Was Stanley simply deceiving himself, believing that if he's asleep, he doesn't have to take responsibility for himself? Stanley is as awake right now as he's ever been in his life.
Hey, là, je suis mêlé,
Now,
boys.
hearing the voice speak these words was
What's
quite a shock
happened?
to Stanley.
What?
After all, he knew for certain, beyond a doubt, that this was in fact a dream. Did the voice not see him float and make the magical stars just a moment ago? How else would the voice explain all that? This voice was a part of himself too. Surely, if he could just... He would prove it. He would prove that he was in control, that this was a dream. So he closed his eyes gently, and he invited himself to wake up. He felt the cool weight of the blanket on his skin, the press of the mattress on his back, the fresh air of a world outside this one. Let me wake up, he thought to himself. I'm through with this dream. I wish it to be over. Let me go back to my job. Let me continue pushing the buttons. Please, it's all I want. I want my apartment, and my wife, and my job. All I want is my life exactly the way it's always been. My life is normal. I am normal. Everything will be fine. I am okay.
Hey, je guette à rien. Ah. Je guette à rien.
Stanley began screaming. Please, someone, wake me up. My
Hey,
name
give
is
me
Stanley.
chills.
I have a boss. I have an office. I am real. Please, just someone tell me I am real. I must be real. I must be. Can anyone hear my voice? Who am I? Who am I? And everything went black.
What the hell?
This is the story of a woman named Mariella. Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got
Hey,
dressed,
j'ai des
gathered
chills
her
jusque dans mes
belongings,
oreilles.
and walked to her place of work. But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk. And although she would soon turn to go call for an ambulance, for just a few brief moments she considered the strange man. He was obviously crazy. This much she knew. Everyone knows what crazy
You found your
people
first
look like.
ending. Okay.
And in that
Oh, okay.
moment, she thought to herself how lucky she was to be normal.
So
I
l'objectif
am
de la game
safe.
est de trouver toutes
I
les
am in
endings, genre?
control of my mind. I know what is real and what isn't. It was comforting to think this, and in a certain way, seeing this man made her feel better.
Hey,
But
je
then
guette
she
à rien.
remembered the meeting she had scheduled for that day. The very important people whose impressions of her would affect her career, and by extension, the rest of her life. She had no time for this.
Bonjour,
So
Léa.
it was only a moment that she stood there, staring down at
Là,
the
qu'est-ce que tu
body.
dis? Allô, mon amour, parle-tu de
And
petit
then she
homme, là?
turned
Juste faire
and
sûr.
ran.
Ok, ça, j'aurais trouvé ma première ending, tu dis. Ok, je suis de retour là, hein? Ah, moi, ok. Ben, j'en connais une qui
All
va
of
être
his
jalouse.
co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting
Ryan
room.
Bacon.
Perhaps he had
Non, ben
simply
non.
missed a memo.
Ok, je vais actually changer de lane. Cette fois-ci, pas de niaisage. Je veux juste faire sûr qu'il n'y a pas comme des Easter eggs en quelque part. Ah, waiting input. Oh, j'ai eu des... Ok, you can't jump. No, seriously, we disabled it. J'ai pas pu lire l'autre. Si tu bannes le nombre d'endings que j'ai fait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5... Je sais plus. Ouais, ça a l'air que... Jason vient de me dire... I hate Monday, tiens, la tasse préférée à Garfield. Jason m'a dit que c'est... Faut que je trouve les différentes endings. Ça, je la guette pas.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Non. Non, monsieur.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Peux-tu ouvrir des portes? Peut-être.
Yes, truly a room worth admiring. It had really been worth the detour after all, just to spend a few moments here in this immaculate, beautifully constructed room. Stanley simply stood here, drinking it all in.
Simply stood here, simply drinking it all in.
Yes, but eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Of course not. Took the first open door on his left. Là, si je la passe, la porte va former, là. Ah, peut-être pas. Mais si je rentre ici, par exemple, celle-ci va former. Man, ça me mêle. Je fais-tu quoi ce qu'il veut? Je fais-tu quoi ce qu'il veut ou non? Faire quoi ce qu'il veut, est-tu techniquement une ending? Je pense que je risque ça.
And so he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track.
Got back on track. Ok, ce site, ça mènerait... Non. Non, non, je le fais pas. Oh. Uh-oh.
But Stanley didn't want to go back to the office. He wanted to wander about and get even further off track. So now in order to get back, he needed to go, from here, it's, left.
Of course not, my bad, what? Pas. Ok, on va aller à gauche, I guess. C'est la seule option que j'ai.
Oh, no, it's to the right, my mistake.
Okay.
No, not the right. Why would I have ever said it was to the right? What was I thinking?
Okay,
it's
là.
clearly... Oh dear, would you hold on for a minute, please?
Ah, j'aime ça site. J'aime ça site.
Now, let's see. We went down right, left, down, left, right. Yep, okay, yes. I've got it now. This story is absolutely, definitely this way.
Okay. Pas ouvrir des portes à nouveau, I guess. What?
No. This isn't right at all. You're not supposed to be here yet. This is all a spoiler. Quick, Stanley, close your eyes. Okay. We just have to get back to, oh, who am I kidding? It's all rubbish now. The whole story completely unusable. How about, rather than waste my time trying to salvage this nonsense, we'll just restart the game from the beginning. And this time, suppose we don't wander so far off track, Okay, from the top.
Ok, so j'aurais fait une autre ending.
All of his co-workers were gone.
Oh my
What could it
God.
mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Go back in the right door. Ok, ouais, c'est là que je m'enlignais parce qu'il y avait d'autres places à y aller, là.
When Stanley... Wait, what? No, I restarted. I swear, I definitely restarted the game over, completely fresh. Everything should be... Oh, did something change? Stanley, did you change anything when we were back in that room with all the monitors? Did you move the story somewhere, or... Hold on. Why am I asking you? I'm the one who wrote the story. It was right here just a minute ago. I know for sure that it's here somewhere. Okay, then. It's an adventure. Come, Stanley. Let's find the story.
Hey, j'en ai des chills dans les mollets. Qu'est-ce que tu veux dire? Ok, qu'est-ce que tu dis? Go back in the right door. Tu parles-tu de celle-ci, Jason, ou dans any the right door? Oh. Pourrais-tu passer? Ah, je peux pas sauter, c'est vrai, ils m'ont dit tout à l'heure je peux pas sauter. Oh my god, quoi je fais? On va commencer à gauche. Non, il m'a dit d'y aller dans la go back in the right door. Ok, on va aller.
I'll say it. This is the worst adventure I've ever been on. I can promise you there definitely was a story here before. Do we need to restart the game again? Well, I find it unlikely that we'll ever progress by starting over and over again, but it's got to be better than this. Okay, let's give it a shot. Why not?
Hey, je ne guette plus rien.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Y a-tu bien un ordinateur que je pourrais techniquement... The never-ending game, ouais, c'est ça, je me dis, moi, pareil, là. Y'a même plus de porte!
Okay, yep, it's worse. I might be remembering this wrong.
Y'a même plus de
It's
porte!
possible the story is back where we just came from. Why don't we go back the other direction and see if we missed anything?
Okay. Okay, well, this is weird. Hey, j'en ai des frissons, man. On dirait que je sais pas quoi m'attendre.
Aha! I knew we'd miss something. The story. Here it comes. No, wait. Never mind. Not the story.
Hey, c'est
Okay,
pas une
let's
joke.
head back
J'ai
the
des
other way
chills
and
partout.
retrace our steps.
J'ai des chills partout à la grandeur du bras. What? What?
Now this... Well, I'll be honest. I don't recognize this place at all. Is this the story? I don't think so. I can't quite recall, but I believe my story took place in an office building.
Attention aux pop-ups.
Is that correct? Do you remember, Stanley?
Attention aux pop-ups.
Well, do you know what? Since I've completely forgotten what we were supposed to be doing, how about this? You win! Congratulations! I know you put in a lot of hard work, and it really paid off, so good job. Oh, no.
Oui.
No, I don't feel right about this at all. We both know you didn't put in any actual work for that win. Some people win fair and square, and this was not one of those situations. Okay, I'm getting weirded out by whatever this place is. I don't care what might happen this time. I have to restart.
Ok. Game over, c'était... Oh. Qu'est-ce que la ligne?
All right, I've got a solution. This time, to make sure we don't get lost, I've employed the help of the Stanley Parable Adventure Line. Just follow the line. How simple is that?
Of course que c'est pas simple. Je peux être sûr que je suis pas à la ligne. Non.
No, I'm down. We're leaving it up to the line from now on.
Non. Non, je te crois pas. Je le crois plus. Ok, I guess qu'on peut juste y aller avec la line. Je sais plus, man. Là, j'ai mêlé les boys, là. Solitaire, ici. Ok.
You see? The line knows where the story is. It's over in this direction. Onward, Stanley, to destiny. Though, here's a thought. Wouldn't wherever we end up be our destination, even if there's no story there? Or to put it another way, is the story of no destination still a story? Simply by the act of moving forward, are we implying a journey such that a destination is inevitably conjured into being via the very manifestation of the nature of life itself? Okay, Stanley, I need to follow this train of thought for a minute. Just stick with me. Now, we can both agree that the nature of existence is in fact a byproduct of one's subjective experience of that existence, right? Okay. Now, if my experience of your existence rests inside of your subjective experience of this office, is this office, in fact, the skeleton of my own relative experiential mental subjective construct? Whoa. Hang on. That got a bit weird back there. Well, I'd like to apologize. Not sure where I was going with all that. You know what? I think what we need right now is a bit of music to lighten the mood.
Ouais, As-tu vu ça? Oh! That's all. La porte est là. Ok, là.
Cut the music.
Oui,
Go
merci.
back and look at that fern. Wait, what? We're back at the office? No. Line, you do know we're looking for the Stanley Parable, right? The story? Is any of this ringing a bell? Oh, no, not again. Line, how could you have done this to us? And after we trusted you, after everything we've been through, you... Oh, I can't take this anymore. To hell with it. Restart.
Donc, au fait... Ok, là. Ok, là. Il
You know what, Stanley? I say forget the adventure line. What's it ever done for us? We're intelligent people, right? Why can't we make up our own story? Something exciting, daring, mysterious. Ooh, this all sounds perfectly doable. Why don't we simply start wandering in, well, I don't know. How about this direction?
Ok, j'ai pas le choix, right? Si je reviens dans mon bureau, ça change quoi? 427, hein? J'ai rien faire ici. Pas le choix d'aller par là, hein? I guess.
Now, yes, this is exciting. Just me and Stanley forging a new path, a new story. Well, it could be anything. What do you want our story to be? Go wild. Use your imagination. Whatever it might be, Stanley, I'm ready for it.
Gros, c'est mêlant, là. D'où ça m'amène?
Oh, no, not you again. Stanley, I'd also like to veto the line from having any role in our awesome new story. No lines or monitor rooms. Just don't acknowledge it, and we should be fine.
Ok, faut l'ignorer. Hey, y a du monde qui pense à des games, des fois, je suis comme, what?
Ah, a choice. We get to make a decision. From here, the story is in our control. How important we mustn't squander the opportunity. In fact, I believe I need a minute to think here. Just walk in circles for a minute. Okay, so I know that each door has to lead somewhere, which means that somewhere, the place where we're trying to go, there must be a reverse door that leads here. And that in turn means that our destination corresponds with the counter-inverted reverse door's origin. So starting from the right, let us ask, will taking the right door lead us to where we're going? And since the answer is clearly yes, then by all accounts, the door on the right is the correct one. Another victory for logic. Come, Stanley, our destiny awaits.
Et je le trust. Pas une seconde. You've been playing the
Hold
confusion.
on, what's this? The confusion ending. You're telling me that's what this is? It's all one giant ending? And we're supposed to restart the game, what, eight times? That's really how all this goes? It's all determined? So now, according to the schedule, I restart again. Then what? Am I just supposed to forget? Well, what if I don't want to forget? My mind goes blank simply because it's written here on this thing, wall. Well, who consulted me? Why don't I get to decide? Why don't I get a say in all of this? Is it really? No, it can't be. I don't want it to be. I don't want the game to keep restarting. I don't want to forget what's going on. I don't want to be trapped like this. I won't restart the game. I won't do it. I won't do it. I won't do it. And the timer stopped? Does that mean, did we do it? Did we break the cycle? The, whatever it is that made this schedule? How would we even know? Will someone come for us? Will something happen? So, okay. I guess now we just wait, you know. I suppose in some way that this is a kind of story, wouldn't you agree? I'm not quite sure if we're in the destination or the journey, though they're always saying that life is about the journey and not the destination. So I hope that's where we are right now. We'll find out, won't we? Eventually. Well, in the meantime, if you do...
What? What? What's she fait? What's she fait?
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
What's she fait?
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Là, Oh. Ah? Ah? Et là, c'était à 1, là, c'est rendu à 2. Il va peut-être avoir... Je vais peut-être me rendre à 5 à la fin. Qu'est-ce qui texte à cette heure ici? Ah, ok, c'est bon. Ah, ok, bon, je suis de retour.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
You opened the door on his left. Non, narrateur.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first,
Merci pour le
just to
follow.
admire it.
Là, j'espère.
Wow. Yes, this room. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Tantôt, j'avais passé ici, j'avais descendu en bas. Là, je passe pas dans ce site tantôt, je m'en viens par ici.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Sorry. Do not jump from the cargo lift while it is in motion will cause death. Penalty for misuse of cargo lift. $1,000. Penalty for jumping off the cargo lift. $5,000. Ah, arrêtez les boys. La grosse mode.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. Please, stop trying. What? Really? I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others? Are you that convinced that I want something bad to happen to you? Why, I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful. Look, let me prove it. Let me prove that I'm on your side. Give me a chance. Now listen carefully, this is important. Stanley walked through the red door.
No.
Aha, perhaps you misunderstood. Stanley walked through the red door. I still don't think we're communicating properly. Stanley walked through the red door.
Okay. Oh, no, the blue door is it, boys.
All right, fine. Go ahead, Stanley. You want to know so badly what's out there? You want to find out what lies at the end of this road you've chosen? Well, don't let me stop you.
Ah, j'aime ça. Ah, j'aime ça. Je le boirai pas tout, là, Monsieur Peach Juice. Merci pour le follow. Thank you so much.
You see? There's nothing here. I haven't even finished building this section of the map because you were never supposed to be here in the first place. Broken rooms, exposed developer textures. Is this what you had wanted? Was it worth ruining the entire story I had written out specifically for you? Do you not think I put a lot of time into that? Because I did. And in the end, it was all for nothing. Because this is what you wanted to see. Help me here, Stanley. Help elucidate these strange and unknowable desires of yours. What would have made this game better? What did you want to see? Vehicles? Skill trees? Work with me. You've given me absolutely nothing so far. Tell you what, let me take a stab in the dark at a new design and you can give me some feedback. There we go. A third option. This already feels leaps ahead of where we were before. Go ahead, Stanley. Take it for a spin.
No. Oui. Okay.
Okay, I'm going to stop you there. Now, tell me about your experience with this new version. Would you say that the game benefited from allowing you more choices? Feel free to be honest. I'm looking for some real critical feedback here.
Please rate your experience.
Oh, of course. A 3. Really. Maybe next time we can get you to form an actual opinion, you know? Any level of critical thinking or engagement with your surroundings? Does that sound good? Think we can do that? Yes? Wonderful. Here, based on the data from your previous playthrough, I've compiled a new version. And to be perfectly candid, I think I've knocked it out of the park with this one. Let's take a look.
Stanley Parable. Only the worst 3% of players chose the blue door. Okay. How long does it take you to get to the correct door? Compete against others to improve your Stanley Parable career. C'est moi ça? Stanley 427. What is it? Okay, sure.
Now, would you say that competitive leaderboard helped you feel motivated to keep walking through doors? Again, honest answers, please. Hey, I nearly forgot. I've got a prototype of a new game I've been working on, and now would be a lovely opportunity to give it some playtesting. You wouldn't mind taking a look at it, would you? Perfect. Let me boot it up. In this game, the baby crawls left towards danger. You click the button to move him back to the right, and if he reaches the fire, you fail. It's a very meaningful game, all about the desperation and tedium of endlessly confronting the demands of family life. I think the art world will really take notice. But of course, the message of the game only becomes clear once you've been playing it for about 4 hours. So why don't you give it 4 hours of play to make sure it's effective? Be sure to keep notes on your experience. You heartless bastard. Did you do it because you hate babies or purely to spite me? Because if it's the latter, well, I don't know what to do. I'm completely out of ideas. I can't think of a single thing that might improve the experience for me. I'm not even going to try. I'm out. I'm done. It's over. Thank you for playing. Your input was extremely valuable. Oh, hey, since my game was so awful, why don't we play someone else's game? Just to ease the pain. Let's see. What do we have here?
I know. Sorry, Marisa.
Yes. This seems like it'll work. Let's give it a shot.
Okay.
Aha! Fascinating. What do you think this game is about, Stanley? What's our backstory? What is our motivation? Well, it seems obvious to me that you are meant to play as a creepy man spying on innocent civilians below you from
Lord
up
dogs.
high in your creep tower, perhaps for some sort of twisted erotic purpose. Yes, that must be it. What a fascinating venture into the experience of total mental depravity. So far, I love everything about this game, Stanley, and it seems there's even more. Come, let's venture outward and see what else is out there.
Je sais peut-être il y avait de quoi se voir ici. Hey, c'est vraiment weird. C'est-tu?
Oh, no.
Towered for watch?
No, it can't be. It is. It's an open world game. Good God, quickly block it off. Oh, thank goodness, Stanley. What a close call. You nearly wandered off into that thing. That big, open, just wandering around. No right or wrong directions. No path to follow. You can just go in any... Oh, thank heavens we avoided it. We're out of the woods now, Stanley. Okay, I'm going to get us out of here. Let's find another game. Preferably something with walls. Something with nice, big, insurmountable walls. Okay, I think this will be just the thing.
Ah, j'ai même pas pu me rendre. Rocket League, quoi?
Wonderful. See, this is exactly what I had in mind. Just a nice big box for you to run around in. There isn't any possibility that you could get lost here. Now this is game design. Stanley, if you manage to get lost in this game, I will be phenomenally impressed.
Hey, Rocket League.
Okay, so what exactly do we do here? Let's see. There are lots of cars here in the back, but obviously there's no racetrack. Okay, I'm seeing that there's a ball of some kind back here. Is this game sports ball? Stanley, I think it's sports ball. Oh, what fun. We shall run the bases and do a touchdown together? Yes, I think surely we must. Okay, Stanley, here's the ball. Have fun.
Hey, c'est Rocket League, là. Faire un but? Ah, des buts. Oh, whoa.
What are you doing?
Stanley, don't do that. I can't follow you there. I can't help you. How will you write a story without me? You can't do it. You know that. Stanley, come back. We still have so much...
Hey, c'est weird. C'est vraiment Portal, man. What? C'est ça que c'est. C'est Portal. What? Hey. Hey. Porte à gauche, la porte à droite. Hey, ça c'est weird. Ouais, c'est ma salle, 427. Y'a rien à faire ici, là, guess. On va peut-être y aller de l'autre bord, hein. Oh.
I wonder what he found. If what he wanted was to be the leading man in his own story, well, perhaps he's gotten it. Down in wherever he is right now. I wonder if he's happy with his choice, and if he's learned the heavy cost that comes with it. He'll understand soon what I was trying to tell him. He needs me. Someone who will wrap everything up at the end, to make sense out of the chaos and the fear and the confusion. That's who I am. That is what I mean to this world. Oh, yes. Yes, I'll be back. There's no other way. Once this ends, after it all comes to a close, then I'll be back. The end will be here soon. Very soon. I can wait.
Ok. You can wait. De retour. Là, faut que je regarde les autres.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
J'essaie de t'allumer tantôt. Hein. Peut-être que l'objectif est de faire toutes les lights, actually.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Je vais aller à gauche pour tout de suite, là je vais monter en haut, faire exactement ce qu'il me recommande. Hey, j'ai des chills.
Yet there was not a single person here either.
Hey.
Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office. Hoping he might... Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Hey. C'est la première porte que j'arrive à ouvrir par moi-même. I've got the feeling money's for stealing, but not yours, of course. Qu'est-ce qu'il dit ici? Oh. Hey, that's a lovely purse. Ah. Ah, ok. Oui, exactement ça, monsieur Johnny 34. Ça t'inquiète plus, là, tu descends de même. Whatever. Posez. Ok, puis si je l'arrête. Ah bah whatever, I guess ça change rien, I guess.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this. What dark secret was being held from him? What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number. 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this. Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck. Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
Go up and down the next elevator, thank me later. Go up and down the next elevator, thank me later. T'as déjà venu ici? Là, j'ai pas eu l'option de peser pour monter. J'ai essayé de peser pour monter, ça me... J'assume que tu veux que je retourne de niveau dedans après?
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest. as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job.
Yeah.
Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long. Whoops, nope, never mind. Stanley actually got back into the elevator and went back up. Silly me. Why did Stanley do that when he knew that it would just lead back to his boss's office? Well, that's a great question. I just can't wait to find out.
Juste tu m'amènes là.
Here we are, Stanley. It's your boss's office. Exactly the way it was before you got onto the elevator. It's still just exactly what it is. What a decision you've made to come up here and look at the office again. This has fleshed out the plot of the story in new and fascinating ways I could have never anticipated. It's that keen eye for storytelling that you have, an incisive rapid fire of critical plot points, one after the other, weaving a rich tapestry of uncompromising narrative. Wow! I'm bolted to the edge of my seat.
Puis that's it. Tu m'as fait faire ça? Ah? Ça ne marche plus, I guess. Tu m'as fait faire ça pour vrai, là. Continue. Ah, ok.
Incredible. Now he's getting back into the elevator and going down again.
Oui, c'est
Ladies and gentlemen, how does he keep coming up with all of this?
Sorry, monsieur.
Did you think we were going to go forward down the spooky corridor? No. It's time once again to go back up in the elevator. I can't even begin to grapple with what might be up there. Is it the boss's office again?
Thank you for the follow.
If it's
Merci
the
beaucoup pour le
boss's
follow.
office this time, the suspense is killing
Thank
me.
you so much. Appreciate it. We're trying something new here. On essaie quelque chose de nouveau.
Oh my god. It's the boss's office. This absolutely changes everything for me. Give me a timeout here for a minute while I process this.
Ok. Pourquoi est-ce que tu me fais faire ça?
Okay, I'm ready. I'm prepared to embrace this stunning revelation and to move forward with... No! No, wait! No! I need more time to process. All right. I have fully come to terms with it. I have made space in my worldview for this astonishing new reality. As before, I turn to your expert eye for gripping narrative, Master Stanley. Of course, going back down in the elevator. How did I not anticipate it? I mean, sure, now it's obvious, but you have to understand that 30 seconds ago, this kind of thing had never been attempted before. I had no frame of reference to even anticipate it.
That's
just how revelatory Stanley's decision-making is. A breath of fresh air in a landscape of storytelling that has grown stale and repetitive.
Ok, so on saute pas. On monte. Tu vas péter sa coche, quoi.
You know what? I've just thought of something. Hold on, let's stop for a moment. Don't you realize? It's the anticipation, Stanley. You and I, we have no way of knowing what will be at the top of this elevator.
Okay.
But the suspense, The agony of waiting and anticipating and having to guess, that's the real thrill. Oh, I simply don't want to let that feeling go. It's so precious, so fleeting. Why don't we take this elevator ride nice and slow? There we go. Isn't this so much more exciting? You know, Stanley, it seems like nowadays the only thing that audiences want is to be shocked as loudly and frequently as possible. They want big, explosive moments flung right in their faces from the very moment that things get started. But where's the tension? Where's the trust in the audience to build a slow and nuanced appreciation for the story?
Merci pour le follow. Thank you so much for the following.
Why aren't we given time to imagine the surprises? To have to think and to anticipate and then to marvel at the eventual reveal. This
Thank you so much
is
for the follow.
Storytelling, Stanley. What you and I are doing right now. This is the most exciting narrative to be developed in years. And it's really all because of you. You're the one who took this bold step of revisiting the exact same locations over and over. Truly, I mean it. This is unique and different. It's not like anything else out there. You see, I want stories that surprise me, Stanley. I want to have to think. I want to be engaged and not pandered to. We're being fed such unimaginative drivel all the time, and we all know it, which is why we're so starved for content that makes us feel sharp and vital and alive. That's why people like you so much, Stanley, because you're not afraid to spit in the face of tradition. You're a role model, you know? People look up to you. Which is why, though I didn't know when to spring this on you, but, well, I've gathered a little press conference for you, so that you can talk about your work and your storytelling and your life. Yes, I know you're not much for the public eye, but I thought it would especially mean a lot to the people who have been following you from the beginning. They really look up to you, Stanley. I don't know if you realize the impact you have on them. This is the kind of gesture that might leave a tremendous impact on them for the better. Oh good, we're here.
What the hell?
Okay, the room where we're holding the conference should be just around the corner here somewhere.
World's healthiest human being, all tricks revealed. C'est certainement pas moi, ça. Oh, we did it, the pyramids. Okay, nice. The guy who went to Mars. Live on stage. Stanley, live on stage. What? Stage door. World peace, baby. Je t'ai brûlé tout à l'heure.
Ah, yes, here it is, just through this door.
World's first sentient machine. Great, a conversation with Alexander the Great.
All right, are you ready? I've told them you're going to speak a little bit about the nature of surprise in storytelling and what it means to craft a truly unpredictable narrative. Oh, don't worry, you'll do great. Just be yourself and speak from the heart. I'm really proud of you, Stanley. Okay, it looks like they're ready for you. Go get them.
Tellement pas là pour j'y aille, là. J'ai comme pas de... Y'a comme pas d'autre porte, hein? La porte est formée derrière moi, je pense. Juste faire sûr, là. The Lord meet and greet. Ok. Ouais, toutes les portes sont formées. Ok, j'ai pas le choix. J'ai pas le choix d'y aller par là. C'est juste un jour, là. What the hell? I'm back.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
4th one. Oh, thank you for the follow. Appreciate it so much. And right now, I'm being mind blown by this game. Je ne comprends absolument rien. Man, qui dit oui. Je pense pareil comme toi.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Ok, So, tantôt, j'ai passé à gauche. J'ai descendu en bas. J'ai fait le tour, fait le tour, fait le tour, fait le tour. Ma game a fini. Après ça, j'ai passé à droite. Je vais me rappeler quoi j'ai fait. Là, il y a de quoi qui est arrivé, puis là, Jason m'avait dit, passe de nouveau à droite. J'ai passé à droite back. Là, ça m'avait sorti comme 15 000 portes. Puis là, finalement, j'ai été à gauche, puis j'ai monté en haut, puis ça m'a apporté à la boss's room. Y avait-tu pas deux way? Y avait-tu pas deux way? Il me semble qu'il y avait deux way, bien à la fin, j'avais viré de beau, j'avais pas été nécessairement.
Yet there was not a single person here either.
Thank
Feeling
you,
a
Monsieur
wave
Game
of
Boy.
disbelief,
Yeah.
Stanley
Partie.
decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he
Partie.
might find an answer there. Coming to a staircase,
Ouais, ben, je vais y
Stanley
aller pour ça
walked
tantôt.
upstairs to his boss's office.
Tu ici, j'étais venu là. Hein. Ah, je suis de retour ici. Ok. Ah, ben j'ai jamais vraiment été en bas, d'eau.
Stepping into his manager's office,
jamais vraiment fait ce qu'il
Stanley was
disait.
once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human. Stanley was in such a rush to get through the story as quickly as possible, he didn't even have a single minute to just let the narrator talk. That kind of anxiety isn't healthy.
The broom closet
so he
ending is
relaxed
wild. Okay.
for a few moments with some calming new age music.
Thank you so much for the follow. Oh.
Feeling soothed and rejuvenated, Stanley calmly walked forward into the opened passageway.
Là, cette fois-ci, je vous montre pas, je remonte plus. Là, il va faire la même histoire. Oh, c'est dans ma dark, ça. C'est plus dark que tout à l'heure, là. Là, c'est weird, là. Ok. On va la faire. On va la faire. Fait là, Jason, là, vu que je l'ai fait pour toi, là, me recommandes-tu d'avancer ou de niaiser nouveau puis monter descendre ou que ce ending-là est fini? Oh! Merci, galant. J'apprécie. Gros. T'es vraiment gentil. Ok, je vais en plus. Oh. Ça a comme blawé, là. Ah, probablement parce qu'il voulait me laisser aller faire la ending. Ok.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Merci, Johnny. Très gentil. Hype Train incoming? Qu'est-ce qui est ça? Qu'est-ce qui est le Hype Train? Je m'ai jamais rendu là, moi. C'est ça? Hype Train incoming. Qu'est-ce que c'est ça? Hype. Merci, Jason. Et man, je sais plus quoi faire. On va aller dans la bonne direction. Puis au pire, je reviendrai après.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
Ok, so théoriquement, jusqu'à ce heure, j'ai tout fait ce qu'il me demandait. Dans ce way site là, j'ai tout fait ce qu'il se fait. Oh! Thank you, Game Boy! Merci beaucoup! Merci. C'est cool.
Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen. And Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
Puis là, moi, employee 427, right là. Vous voyez par ici? So, je suis vraiment en train de tout faire ce qu'il m'a demandé.
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly?
On va apaiser le niveau, hein. On va y aller, I guess.
No. He refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never. It was unthinkable. Wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world? But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad, or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
Merci pour le follow. Thank you so much. Yo, ce que je suis. I guess je peux rien que sortir d'un bas. Oh, Facility Power. Qu'est-ce que c'est ça? 5. Oh, il y a un bouton là-bas aussi. Quoi est-ce que ces boutons-là? Là? Quoi est-ce que ces boutons-là? 3. Oui, je devrais streamer plus souvent. C'est juste que dernièrement, c'est pas nécessairement évident. Là. But oui, absolument. C'est pas. Je refuserais pas ça. 1. 2. We miss you, LDJ. Oui, I miss you guys too. On pourrait peut-être jouer à un jeu éventuellement. 3. Là, le 5 était là-bas, so j'assume que le 4 est en haut là. Je peux pas passer. Ah, faut que j'allume les lights en premier. Ok. Faut que je turn on le power. Parce que tu sais, il y a l'air d'avoir rien qui marche. Là, je garde. Pour ça, ça faisait douloulou. For real. Oui, I know. Mind controls idle awaiting input. System power.
And when at last he found the source of the room's power, he knew it was his duty, his obligation, to put an end to this horrible place and to everything it stood for. Oh, Stanley, you didn't just activate the controls, did you? After they kept you enslaved all these years, you go and you try to take control of the machine for yourself. Is that what you wanted? Control? Oh, Stanley, I applaud your effort, I really do. But you need to understand, there's only so much that machine can do. You were supposed to let it go, turn the controls off, and leave. If you want to throw my story off track, you're going to have to do much better than that. I'm afraid you don't have nearly the power you think you do. For example, and I believe you'll find this pertinent, Stanley suddenly realized he had just initiated the network's emergency detonation system. In the event that this machine is activated without proper DNA identification, nuclear detonators are said to explode, eliminating the entire complex. How long until detonation then? Let's say, 2 minutes. Ah, now this is making things a little more fun, isn't it, Stanley? It's your time to shine. You are the star. It's your story now. Shape it to your heart's desires. Oh, this is much better than what I had in mind. What a shame we have so little time left to enjoy it. Mere moments until the bomb goes off. But what precious moments each one of them is. More time to talk about you, about me, where we're going, what all this means. I barely know where to start. What's that? You'd like to know where your co-workers are? A moment of solace before you're obliterated? All right, I'm in a good mood. You're gonna die anyway. I'll tell you exactly what happened to them. I erased them. I turned off the machine. I set you free. Of course, that was merely in this instance of the story. Sometimes when I tell it, I simply let you sit there in your office forever, pushing buttons endlessly and then dying alone.
Ok, ça
Other
aussi, je
times,
fais.
I let the office sink into the ground, swallowing everyone inside, or I let it burn to a crisp. I have to say this, though, this version of events has been rather amusing. Watching you try to make sense of everything and take back the control wrested away from you, it's quite rich. I almost hate to see it go. But I'm sure whatever I come up with on the next go-around will be even better. My goodness, only 34 seconds left. But I'm enjoying this so much. You know what? To hell with it. I'm going to put some extra time on the clock, why not? These are precious additional seconds, Stanley. Time doesn't grow on trees. Oh dear
Merci
me,
Jason
what's the matter,
encore.
Stanley? Is it that you have no idea where you're going or what you're supposed to be doing right
Ah, ça a
now?
recommencé, aux enfants.
Or did you just assume when you saw that timer that something in this room was capable of turning it off? I mean, look at you. Running from button to button, screen to screen, clicking on every little thing in this room. These numbered buttons, no, these colored ones. Or maybe this big red button. Or this door. Everything, anything, something here will save me. Why would you think that, Stanley? That this video game can be beaten? Won? Solved? Do you have any idea what your purpose in this place is? Stanley, you're in for quite a disappointment. But here's a spoiler for you. That timer isn't a catalyst to keep the action moving along. It's just seconds ticking away to your death. You're only still playing instead of watching a cutscene because I want to watch you for every moment that you're powerless. To see you made humble. This is not a challenge. It's a tragedy. You wanted to control this world, that's fine. But I'm going to destroy it first, so you can't. Take a look at the clock, Stanley. That's 30 seconds you have left to struggle. 30 seconds until a big boom and then nothing. No ending here, just you being blown.
Yes sir, yes sir, yes sir.
Will you cling desperately to your frail life, or will you let it go peacefully? Another choice. Make it count, or don't. It's all the same to me, all a part of the joke. And believe me, I will be laughing at every second of your inevitable life from the moment we fade in until the moment I say, happily ever after.
Je guette pas. Je guette pas. Qu'est-ce qu'il faut faire? Je ne guette pas du tout. GG, yes, GG, I know, thank you. T'aimes la game, oui. Oh, tiens. Welcome Stanley to heaven. Bah, what? And what the hell is this? Dude, what the hell did you eat? Hey, shit, pas. Hey, quoi je fais? Y'a de quoi je peux faire? Begin the game again, resume the game. Ok, but... Y'a-tu même de quoi à faire? Flabbergasté, oui. Je ne guette rien. Je sais pas quoi faire. Ah! Faut-tu que j'éteigne toutes les lights, quoi? Hey, salut mon bac. Il y a probablement des couleurs weird. Ok, on va les laisser s'allumer, là. Il y a probablement des couleurs qui sont comme rares, là. You might have to restart the game, it's probably a joke. Probablement, but... Hey, sais-tu? Quoi est-ce qu'il y a ça? Y aurait-tu même pas une couleur que vous verriez qui est différente que les autres, là? Il y a des oranges, il y a des bleus, il y a des verts, il y a des violettes, il y a des roses, il y a des rouges. Tu sais, s'il y avait eu une noire ou quelque chose, peut-être une blanche. Peux-tu checker, Jason, si c'est une joke ou non? Si c'est une joke, dis-moi. Si c'est pas une joke, et qu'il y a de quoi actually à faire, juste comme... Laisse-moi savoir, genre. T'es pas obligé de me dire quoi faire, moi. Là, je veux pas manquer rien. Ah, attends. C'est quoi? Je me demandais si j'aurais pas pu faire comme une ligne de couleur noire. 2 petites secondes, je regarde de quoi vite fait. Oh. It says it's one of the few endings where the player needs to restart. Parfait. Begin the game again. Merci, Jason. Là, ça m'a recommencé du début comme si j'ai rien fait, là. Il m'a l'air d'être gelé en plus, là. Ah non, ok. Ok, si je pèse ça niveau, ça va de niveau. Ok. Donc, si je comprends bien, j'ai plus besoin d'aller dans Heaven, je l'ai déjà fait.
Even now, Stanley's office was a distant memory. What did it look like? There was a computer, perhaps, and a painting. Was it a painting or a photo? He could no longer recall.
New content. The DLC, I guess? Un DLC? Parce que j'aimerais réussir cette salle-là. La salle... Jason, va donc voir pour moi la salle.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Peux-tu aller voir pour la salle... où est-ce que j'étais à l'heure avec la bombe?
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office. Okay, I think we all know the drill by now. Blah, blah, blah. Dark secrets, the keypad. Stanley pushes some buttons. Oh, hey, look, it's a new passageway. Quelle surprise.
Quelle surprise. Aïe, 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 aïe. Le narrateur qui est tanné lui-même, oui, totalement vrai. Et là,
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
J'aimerais réussir la game. Je voudrais... Jason, trouve-moi quoi faire ici. Je niaiserai pas trop, là. I know there's a code for the bomb. J'ai besoin de savoir quoi est-ce qu'est le code. Oh, unless que c'est... Oh! Ampoule. Je vais actually les écrire. J'ai pas... Je vais les écrire ici. Je vais te les texter, Jason. Mais comme ça, je les oublierai pas. Ok, Jason ici. Bulb. Mind pas les textes que je te sende. Parce que ça, c'était les mêmes
The lights rose
affaires.
on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold?
Oui, ça c'est le code du tout à l'heure en haut. Là, il y avait des boutons avec ça dessus. Un ampoule. Après ça, c'est la caméra.
Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed.
Il y avait des boutons avec
Each
ça.
bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
Ici, c'est ascenseur, hein?
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly? No. He refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never. It was unthinkable. Wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world? But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy or sad or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
Si je mets off, il y a comme, tant que moi c'est complètement nouveau là, bah si je mets on, là ça va réactiver l'affaire de la bombe puis tout. Là je pourrais l'essayer.
Oh, Stanley, you didn't just activate the controls, did you? After they kept you enslaved all these years, you go and you try to take control of the machine for yourself. Is that what you wanted? Control? Oh, Stanley, I applaud your effort, I really do. But you need to understand, there's only so much that machine can do. You were supposed to let it go, turn the controls off, and leave. If you want to throw my story off track, you're going to have to do much better than that. I'm afraid you don't have nearly the power you think you do. For example, and I believe you'll find this pertinent, Stanley suddenly realized he had just initiated the network's emergency detonation system. In the event that this machine is activated without proper DNA identification, nuclear detonators are set to explode, eliminating the entire complex. How long until detonation then? Let's say, 2 minutes. Ah, now this is making things a little more fun, isn't it, Stanley? It's your time to shine. You are the star. It's your story now. Shape it to your heart's desires. Oh, this is much better than what I had in mind. What a shame we have so little time left to enjoy it. Mere moments until the bomb goes off. But what precious moments each one of them is. More time to talk about you, about me, where we're going, what all this means. I barely know where to start. What's that? You'd like to know where your co-workers are? A moment of solace before you're obliterated? All right, I'm in a good mood. You're gonna die anyway. I'll tell you exactly what happened to them. I erased them. I turned off the machine. I set you free. Of course, that was merely in this instance of the story. Sometimes when I tell it, I simply let you sit there in your office forever, pushing buttons endlessly and then dying alone. Other times, I let the office sink into the ground, swallowing everyone inside, or I let it burn to a crisp. I have to say this, though, this version of events has been rather amusing. Watching you try to make sense of everything and take back the control wrested away from you, it's quite rich. I almost hate to see it go. But I'm sure whatever I come up with on the next go-around will be even better. My goodness, only 34 seconds left. But I'm enjoying this so much. You know what? To hell with it. I'm going to put some extra time on the clock. Why not?
You have 3 attempts
These are
remaining.
precious additional seconds, Stanley. Time doesn't grow on trees.
You have 3 attempts remaining.
Oh dear me, what's the matter, Stanley? Is it that you have no idea where you're going or what you're supposed to be doing right now? Or did you just assume when you saw that timer that something in this room was capable of turning it off? I mean, look at you. Running from button to button, screen to screen, clicking on every little thing in this room. These numbered buttons, no, these colored ones. Or maybe this big red button, or this door. Everything, anything, something here will save me. Why would you think that, Stanley? That this video game can be beaten? Won? Solved? Do you have any idea what your purpose in this place is? But you really believe there's an answer? How many times will you replay this bit, looking desperately for a solution? 10? 100? 1,000? I look forward to finding out and to watching the bomb go off each time you fail. Just you and me in the retching explosion of fire and metal over and over and over for all of eternity. And Stanley died again. And Stanley died again. And Stanley died again. Take a look at the clock, Stanley. That's 30 seconds you have left to struggle.
Ben pas juste aller,
30
man.
seconds until a big boom and then nothing. No ending here, just you being blown to pieces. Will you cling desperately to your frail life, or will you let it go peacefully? Another choice. Make it count, or don't. It's all the same to me, all a part of the joke. And believe me, I will be laughing at every second of your inevitable life from the moment we fade in until the moment I say, happily ever up.
Boom. Yeah. Ah, my God, quoi je fais?
Just a step through this door, Stanley thought to himself, that's all I need. If I can make it through this door, I can make it through them all.
End is never the end. End is never the end. Je vais pas faire ça tout de suite. Jason!
When Stanley came to a set of two open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Ouvre-moi quoi faire, Jason!
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Tu sais, des fois qu'il y aurait comme le code dans quelque part. I don't think it's beatable. So, ah oui, c'est beatable. Je peux te garantir que c'est beatable. Ah, broom closet, ça tu disais.
Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here, so he turned around and got back on track.
No, I did not.
There was nothing here. No choice to make, no path to follow, just an empty broom closet. No reason to still be here.
Moi, je bouge pas jusqu'à temps qu'il fasse de quoi.
It was baffling that Stanley was still just sitting in the broom closet. He wasn't even doing anything. At least if there was something to interact with, he'd be justified in some way. As it is, he's literally just standing there doing sweet FA.
Okay. Doing sweet FA, okay.
Are you really still in the broom closet? Standing around doing nothing? Why?
Merci pour le
Please
follow,
offer me some
Gabriel.
explanation here. I'm genuinely confused.
Ok. Jason, je te donne une job. Trouve-moi quoi faire.
You do realize there's no choice or anything in here, right? If I'd said Stanley walked past the broom closet, at least you would have had a reason for exploring it to find out. But it didn't even occur to me because literally this closet is of absolutely no significance to the story whatsoever.
So, êtes-vous en train de
I
me
never
dire...
would have thought to mention it.
Êtes-vous en train de me dire que je vais juste rester ici forever pis y'a rien qui se passe?
Maybe to you this is somehow its own branching path. Maybe
Il
when
y a
you go
trop de
talk about this with your
parlage
friend, you'll say,
différent
"Oh,
pour...
did you get the broom closet ending? The broom closet ending was my favorite." I hope your friends find this concerning.
Les boys. The broom closet was my
Stanley
favorite.
was fat and ugly and really, really stupid. He probably only got the job because of a family connection. That's how stupid he is. That or with drug money. Also, Stanley is addicted to drugs and hookers.
Oh my lord, les boys. Bouge pas.
Well, I've come to a very definite conclusion about what's going on right now. You're dead. You got to this broom closet, explored it a bit, and were just about to leave because there's nothing here, when a physical malady of some sort shut down your central nervous system and you collapsed on the keyboard. Well, in a situation like this, the responsible thing is to alert someone nearby so as to ensure that your body is taken care of before it begins to
Trust in the broom
decompose.
closet. I do trust in the
Hello?
broom closet.
Anyone who happens to be nearby? The person at this computer is dead. They have fallen prey to any number of your countless human physiological vulnerabilities. It's indicative of the long-term sustainability of your species. Please remove their corpse from the area and instruct another human to take their place, making sure they understand basic first-person video game mechanics and filling them in on the history of narrative tropes in video gaming, so that the irony and insightful commentary of this game is not lost on them. All right, when you've done that, just step out into the hallway.
Hey, je ne bouge pas. Peut-être que j'aurais dû bouger.